Good morning, students. Today I would like to explaining about the radio interface in mobile computing applications in Unit 2, okay, where we are using the radio interfaces. The radio subsystem, all of you are familiar with the previous mobile architecture. Okay, if you are interfacing with the GSM network, the radio interface it is very important. The most important interface in the global system mobile communication, it is the radio interface. Okay, it is the interface between the mobile stations and the fixed infrastructure. Okay, and it is the main aim for the GSM. It is the main objective why we are using the radio interface is the GSM is roaming. GSM also it is providing the roaming services. Okay, the main objective for providing the roaming services we are required. Okay, therefore finally we are concluded it is a complete compatibility between the mobile stations and the different network manufacturers. Okay, and operators radio interfaces must be completely it has to defined. Okay, the continuation of the radio interface, the radio interface, the efficiency it is depended on the radio interface. Okay, the total spectrum, the entire mobile area, the spectrum of the main efficiency it is depended on the radio interface and the transmission, and more particularly in aspect of the capacity of the system. Okay, it can be the radio interference, the mainly it is finding for the transmission purpose, it is finding the capacity of the system, and the techniques we are using in order to decreasing the interface and to improve the frequency, to reuse the scheme. Okay, more number of interfaces we are interfacing, so it is decreasing the more number of interfaces, and also it is providing the frequency, it is reuse the scheme. And here we are discussing about the one of the terms are there, the frequency allocation, and one more number of terms in the radio interface we are using. The first one it is the frequency allocation. Okay, it is the two types of links are there, uplink and downlink are there. Uplink is it is providing the 890 to 915 megahertz has been allocated. Okay, it is mainly for the transmitting from the mobile station to base station. Okay, downlink it is providing the base station to mobile station, and the bandwidth how much it is providing, allocating the direction 935 to 960 megahertz. Okay, but not all the countries can use the whole GSM frequency band. The next one it is the multiple access scheme in the radio interface. In the radio interface we are also using the multiple access scheme. If the main aim for the radio interface it is providing the roaming services also it is providing. Okay, in this one multiple access scheme. Okay, in the multiple access controlling, what are the what are multiple access controllings are there? Those are the FDMA, TDMA, and the CDMA also there. Okay, SDMA, space division multiple access control, and frequency division multiple access control, and time division multiple access control, later code division multiple access control. These are the analog system. Now we are using the digital system. The in the digital system we are using the global system mobile communication. Okay, it is the 2G network radio interface. Now I am explaining. Right, the multiple access scheme it defines the different simultaneous communications between the different mobile stations situated in different cells. Okay, the mainly the multiple access scheme it is defines the simultaneous communication it is required between the different mobile stations situated in different cells. That is the main aim of the multiple access scheme. A mix of the frequency division multiple access and the time division multiple access combined with the frequency hopping has been adopted as the multiple access scheme for the both two multiple access scheme FDMA TDMA is adapted to the uh, adapted the GSM network. Okay, both two are adapted. GSM is adapting the FDMA and the TDMA. For what purpose? To combining with the frequency hopping purpose, it is adopting. Okay. FDMA frequency division multiple access. Why it is adopting? The main aim, it is providing the frequency assigned to the user. Which user we are accessing? Okay, which user they are making a calls. It is required some frequency also. It is required. The larger number of users, the FDMA system is larger number of available frequency must be there. Here the main aim of the FDMA we are using, why the number of users FDMA system can be quickly limited we are using. Okay, why the TDMA it is adopted by the GSM. The main aim, it is the why it is adopting. Okay, it is mainly sharing a common channel to each of the user, and also it is assigned to their own burst within the group of burst. Call it as a frame. Group of burst, it is called it as a frame. Data, it is divided into burst. It is called it as a data. It is divided into bursts. Each burst consisting of 8 bits. Okay. Group of bursts is called it as a frame. Okay, this is the architecture about the, it consisting of 1 burst consisting of 8 frames. Okay, group of burst, it is called it as a 1 frame. Okay, it is consisting of GSM TDMA frame. It is also consisting of the GSM time slots also it is available. The time slots, here it is the frequency, the higher GSM frame frequency is also there. The above one, it is the downlink, and the down one, it is the uplink. Uplink, the already I was explained how many channels it is allocating in the downlink. 124 channels. In the uplink, 124 channels it is providing. The frequency, it is same. Okay, but it is ranging between the 200 kilohertz only. It is ranging both uplink and downlink. It is both two providing. Okay, and the GSM TDMA frame, it is providing the 4.65 microseconds per second. Okay, the group of 8 bursts, it is consisting of one single frame, the TDMA frame. In this single burst consisting of 8 bits, it is available. That is the guard space. Tail is having the 3 bits. User data consisting of 57 bits, and space, it is consisting the 1 bit, and training also 26 bits, and also time slot for this one also 1 bit. It is allocating user data again 57 bits, and tail, it is consisting of 3 bits, again one more guard space it is required. That is the total we are utilizing 546.5 microseconds. The entire frame, it consisting of 577 microseconds. Okay, here the burst, it is called it as a data is transmitted in small portion. It is called it as a burst. Data is transmitted in a small portion. It is called it in a large portion. It is not transferred. It is transferred into a small portion. It is called it as a burst. Okay, each TDMA frame is formed as a, already I was explained about the diagram. The diagram, it consisting of downlink and uplink. What is the range it is providing, how much it is providing. This is the description of the diagram. Okay, here the GSM two type of channels it is providing. Here the channels mainly for the recurrence of the one burst for the every frame. Large amount of data it can be transmitted in a small portion of time. It is providing for the every frame. Physical channel and the logical channel. What is the main aim of the physical channel? It is the mainly for the single slot on a single frequency. Okay, and the information within a physical channel is termed as a burst. And the logical channel, why it is called the logical channel? It is providing a content within a burst, example speech. And the logical channels are, it can be divided into two types: traffic channels and the control channels. Traffic channels means transport speech and the data information, and the control channels are used for the network management message, and some channels maintenance, it can be tasks. And the traffic channels also there. Here the traffic channels, it is providing the 26 multi-frame last consequently 120 microseconds it is providing. Okay. And full rate of traffic channels also, it is defining it as a group of 26 TDMA frame, called it as a 26 multi-frame. Okay, the mobiles will not to be transmit or and receive the same time, which can be simplifies to consider the electronics of the system. And the traffic channels also there. Here the traffic channels, we are called, here I was explaining about the 26 multi-frame structure. In the multi-frame structure, consisting of 24 reserved traffic are there. One frame used, that is the slow associated control channel. The last frame, it is the ideal channel. The ideal frame allows the mobile station to perform the multiple actions. And control channels also there: broadband broadcast channels, common control channels, dedicated control channels, associated control channels are there. And broadcast channels, why it requires the synchronize the network, and also provide the mobile station with the sufficient information it is providing. Okay, frequency correction channel, it carries the no real information. Okay, all bits sets to 0, the frequency correction channel, and it generates a pure sine wave in the modulator. And broadcast channel, it can be consisting of broadcast channel consisting of many types, it consisting of there. Those are the frequency correction channel, synchronization channel, and broadcast control channels also there. And also common control also there. Okay, in the common control also there, those are the CCH and PCH, page channel downlink, and access grant channel, and rack random access channels also there. And dedicated controls also having the two different types: SDCH, standalone dedicated control, and also slow associated control channels also there, and associated controls also there. Okay, and one more important, it is the traffic multi-frame. The combination of these frames, it is called it as a traffic multi-frame. This is the main architecture of the GSM hierarchy: frames, super frame, hyperframe, multi-frame, and frames. Okay, what is called it as a control multi-frame? TDMA frames contains the data for the other logical channels also it is controlling. Thank you students for listening this topic.